Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Today I have this makeup look for you. But if you guys have been a long time follower and just watcher of my channel, then you guys will know that Cult Beauty is one of my favorite websites to shop on. They have some amazing brands on there. And as it is gifting season coming up, they asked me if I wanted to be involved in their Cult Destiny campaign. And I was like, hell yes, because this whole campaign is designed to make gifting and buying presents for your loved ones super easy. And the reason why it is going to be super easy is because they've created these Cult Destiny personas. So I've got a list of all the Destiny cards, so I'm going to run them through you guys really quickly. There's the High Priestess of Instaglam, the Goddess of Glow, which is what I am, Sage of Skincare, Lover of Lux, Wellbeing Warrior, Knight of the Natural, Sorceress of the Scent, and Bachelor of Beauty. I will leave a link to all of them in the info box below. And reading this list, I can straight away put two people to these. I've got the High Priestess of Instaglam card, and that's definitely my best friend. She's like go glam or go home kind of girl, very similar to me actually, but whenever she does paint her face, she goes like full on glam, so she would definitely be the High Priestess of Instagram. And then I would say my mom is actually the Sorceress of Scent, because she loves her fragrances. So that's literally just two people that I can think off the bat that I know I'll find gifts for on Cult Beauty, and everything's kind of like laid out in front of you, so it's like less work for you to do and easier. And the one thing that I love about this campaign is that there are different products linked to all the personas, so it makes it super easy to find gifts. They've got some really cool things like this as well. So this is the Golden Glow Trio from Becca. So in here you get Champagne Pop, Opal, and Moonstone, which I would say are three of my favorite highlighters from Becca. So they've got some really cool gifts like this, and of course they have a mixture of skincare in there as well. They've got a lot of Pixie products on there. So this is the Glow Mist. I also love the Pixie Glow Tonic as a toner. So they've got a real mix in there. There's a full spectrum of brands on there, so you've got your super luxe high-end brands all the way through to your more affordable brands as well. So there's something there for everyone. And yeah, I will leave a link as always to everything that you guys will need to know in the info box below, so please don't forget to check that out. And one more thing that I want to let you guys know is that I have a competition over on my Instagram page where one lucky winner can win up to £500 worth of products depending on what Destiny card you are. So I'm super excited about that, so yeah, please go and check that out over on my Instagram. So I'm totally sitting here editing my video and I realised I forgot to tell you guys that there's a 15% off code when you spend £20 or more. So use this code, which is on my screen. The details will be in the info box to make use of the 15% off. And now back to regular programming. So now into the tutorial part of this video, and Cult Beauty have actually assigned me the Goddess of Glow card, which is so me to a T because I love glowy radiant skin with and without makeup. So yeah, this is the makeup look that I've come up with. I've used a bunch of products all from Cult Beauty, and some of which are in the Goddess of Glow landing page. So I'm really excited to show you guys this makeup look. If there's one product I have to pick for like that glowy skin, I'm gonna go for the By Terry CC Cellular Rose Serum, and this is because I can pretty much add this into any foundation to make it super dewy and super glowy. Actually, tell a lie, I'm gonna give it a joint first because I'm gonna add Drunk Elephant's Marula oil in there as well. And these two have genuinely made my skin so glowy, especially when I'm wearing like a matte foundation. I just love these two both. So before this intro gets too long, if you guys would like to see how I got this full makeup look, then please keep watching. So I'm starting off by using these Instant Magic Facial Dry Sheet Masks from Charlotte Tilbury. They look really crazy, but honestly, leaving it on your skin for 10 to 15 minutes, it makes your skin so glowy. It's so bizarre, but it's so amazing. As you can see here, my skin just looks so healthy and radiant, and they're totally reusable as well, which is such a bonus. Next, I'm taking this Aurelia Glow Serum. You only need 2 drops of this, and honestly guys, my skin just looked and felt so glowy and healthy. I think this is gonna become a favorite of mine. I'm just putting this all over my face and also a little bit on my neck before moving on to primer. I'm using the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Primer. It's almost like the consistency of honey. It's really strange, but I love giving this like an extra bit of a glow underneath my foundation. So I'm just putting this all over my face, and then we're going to get ready to add a little bit more glow before we move on to the foundation. So 2 of my favorite products to use underneath foundation is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow and also the By Terry CC Cellular Rose Serum in the shade Sunny Flash. Geez, that was a mouthful, but I love putting this on all over my face, and as you can see, my whole face just looks like I've been in the sun, or I've just like been sun-kissed. It's so beautiful. I love actually wearing this with no makeup on as well. So moving on to foundation, I'm using an oldie but a goodie, Born This Way by Too Faced, mixed in with some of the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula oil. I'm taking 2 pumps of the foundation and 2 to 3 pumps of the facial oil, mixing that all up on the back of my hand and using my beauty blender to blend this all into my skin. It adds such a beautiful, almost like a sheer layer to the skin, but it still adds that glowiness into the skin, and that's because of the Marula oil. Now getting on to the eyes, I'm using this Laura Mercier concealer and popping that on as an eyeshadow base. So I'm just blending that out before moving on to the eyeshadow work. So for the palette, I'm using this Huda Beauty Topaz Obsession palette, and I'm using these 2 shades right here. And first thing is first, we're going to build up that crease. I love to work on my crease first before I do anything else, but if you guys like working on your eyelid, you can totally swap that out. But I'm just building this color up first and kind of smoking it out, as you can see from the outer corners, before going in with this dark matte brown shade and building up the outer corners. So I'm working in small steps because these eyeshadows are super pigmented. You need the tiniest amount, but I'm building that outer third depth with that dark brown, as you can see here, until it looks nice and blended. I am taking a clean, fluffy blending brush and making sure the crease is seamless. Taking this stunning, creamy, shimmery shade, I'm putting that onto the inner third of my eyelid, and it's got such a crazy texture to this. It's almost like a cream, but it's definitely a powder. It's just really, really, really creamy and looks amazing on the lids. I'm just adding a little bit of that darker shade just to make sure everything is looking nice and seamless. Ready for a little bit of sparkle, I'm using Smoky Storm from Stila, and I'm kind of adding this onto where the crease of my eye is and where that kind of shimmery shade we ended on. So it just adds the tiniest bit of sparkle, especially when your eyes are closed or you're looking down. It's so stunning. I've never thought of putting like a glitter here, but I love the outcome of this. For brows, I used my precisely my brow and 3D brow tones from Benefit to just fill them and set them in place before moving on to the rest of the base. We're going to finish the eyes off a little bit later, but I'm taking that same Flawless Fusion concealer from Laura Mercier and putting that on the usual areas of my face. I'm kind of cleaning up the eyeshadow outer portion, and this is just going to make it look really nice and sharp. I'm bringing the concealer up on the sides of my nose just to help slim it out a little bit with some makeup, and a little bit on my chin and my forehead before blending everything away with my trusty beauty blender. If you want your foundation to look like as skin-like as possible, the beauty blender is such a dream. I love it. So once all that's blended, we're going to move on to cream contour. I love using the Hollywood contour wand from Charlotte Tilbury. I find every single time I use this as my cream contour, people generally kind of comment on like what bronzer or contour I've used. It looks so amazing in pictures as well. I find that all of the Charlotte Tilbury products actually look amazing in flash photography. So I'm just adding that onto the usual areas and I'm just blending everything away. And this, by the way guys, is so super creamy to blend. It doesn't really like dry fast or anything, so you have a lot of playing time to make sure it's all blended out. Just using my beauty blender to make sure that I'm happy with the kind of blending levels, and I'm also going over my nose contour with that as well. For setting powder, I'm using the Hourglass Translucent Veil setting powder. This is the loose one, and I'm popping this on to all the areas that we applied the concealer. I wanted the rest of my skin to still look super glowy because obviously we're going for a golden glowy goddess kind of look, so I'm just doing those kinds of areas before moving on to a bit of bronzer. I'm taking my favorite bronzer, the Hoola bronzer by Benefit. This I swear I just use in every single video just because I genuinely love it so much. I just love the shade of it. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and it's perfect for overall bronzing as well as contouring. So once we are done with that, I'm going to take my blush palette. This is again an oldie but a goodie, and that is the NYX Sweet Cheeks palette. I'm using these two shades right here. It's got a bit of a shimmeriness to it, which I wanted because we are going for that real super golden look. And I'm applying that onto the apples of my cheeks, and then I totally forgot to do my nose contour, so I'm doing that really quickly using Hoola as well by Benefit.
So for cream highlight, I'm taking these two. I want to show you guys my favorites, but I actually took a mixture of them both in the end. I was like, if I've got both of them in front of me, I'm going to use them both. But I'm adding this on to the high points of my cheeks and very, very slightly on the bridge of my nose before moving on to powder highlight. So for powder highlight, I'm using Becca's Champagne Pop. This is the Golden Glow Trio, which I think is so fab, especially for like Christmas gifting. It's such an amazing like gift to give. But I'm applying Champagne Pop onto the top parts of my cheekbones to make them really glow and pop, and also on the bridge of my nose. And then I got more of a like smaller fluffy brush to really kind of smoke that into my brow bone, because I wanted that to look really nice and glowy as well. I'm taking the Pixi Glow Mist. As you can see, there's a layer of almost like a glowy oil on top, but when you shake it up, it becomes all one product, and I'm spraying that on to the high points of my cheeks just to add that further like luminosity to my skin. Taking the NYX Epic Ink Liner, I am doing a winged eye. I haven't done a winged eye in like so long, but recently I've been wearing quite a lot of colourful winged eyes, like colourful liners, but for this I wanted to go for something more black and dramatic. So I'm drawing my wing on. I do have a winged liner tutorial which I'll link for you guys below, but I'm drawing my wing on, and then I wanted it to be super matte black, so I'm just pressing a matte black shadow over the top of it to kind of set that in place and make it super matte. For lashes, I used none other than my Samantha lashes from Huda, and I'm popping these onto my eyes. I actually used her lash glue as well. That stuff is like so good. Your eyelashes won't budge all night long. Then taking this shade right here, I'm using that to smoke out my lower lash line. I actually did mix a little bit of the darker shade into that as well, just to make sure that it's going to match the rest of the eye, because I didn't want the lower part of the eye to look like completely naked. So I'm taking for my lips this Stila liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Caramello. Such a beautiful like nude, if you know what I mean, because it's got a slight pinkiness to it, but by the time it dries, it just looks such like a perfect nude for me. And then taking this NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, I'm just going over the outer part of my lips just to clean everything up and just add a little bit of dimension. It's just slightly darker than the lipstick shade, so it just kind of cleans and crisps everything up, and I love the combination of that lip. I'm adding a little bit of mascara to my lower lashes. Cannot forget that step, because otherwise, again, I feel like I just look naked on my eyes. And then finishing everything off with one last spritz of the Pixi Glow Mist.
And this, you guys, is the final makeup look. I just love how shimmery and bronzy and glowy this look is. Not just the skin, but obviously the eyes as well. I love how the glitter that I added is like almost on the crease. I feel like it just looks really unusual, and it looks really pretty. It looks like really soft, even though that it is quite smoky. I just think that this is like the perfect look to wear for the festive season coming up. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this makeup look. Please don't forget to check out the info box, which has all the information you will need. And don't forget to enter that competition over on Instagram. I will leave my handle below and on the screen somewhere as well, because it is a fab prize that you guys can all win. But I guess that is all for now from me. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!